Struggling with Propfirms? Let's go. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I want to show you a very effective way. It's going to be a short video, not too long as well. Just so I show you a very effective way, which I do believe it should help you to draw your spawn resistance levels. Right. So without wasting any time, so if you just grab this tool here, right, it's the one that just allows you just to keep on pulling these arrows here and just make like just zigzags, basically infinite, basically. So you start off the end of any trend, right? So with this we can see we're very bullish, and then just mark out the lows, the higher highs, higher lows, higher, whatever you want to call it. Mark it up like this and just follow it, right? Follow it, and once you've done that, what am I doing? Once you've done that, all I want you to do is grab this tool over here. You see these sharp pointy parts here, right? Now you can use a line chart, right? But some people still, obviously you can see it's not that clear. Now at the tip of each, the edge of each tip, right, just draw the zones out, and you'll see, right, they have an impact on a price. They'll have some kind of impact, especially on price in the near future. So let's put one over here. So we put one over here, we need to put another one over here. Just one moment, like this. So once we've done that, now obviously if you zoom out, you'll notice the same zones you've drawn, they'll have an impact in the past as well. As you can see, if I grab this one especially, look at this, the rejections. If I grab this one, now you might be like, oh, there's zones over here, or there's let me just keep drawing this out. Okay, it actually goes further back, so let's actually complete this, and then you can already tell, right, this one, or we already marked out this one, but this one over here, right, if I even look at this, marks out over here, and even if I drag it to the back, it'll have some kind of a obviously, especially, and that's how if it just drag it to the back, and it should look at that. I mean, that's a nice clean one. Keep drawing to the back, and another again. I mean, see, super simple. Zones are simple, guys. Don't overcomplicate it, right? If I even drag it more back, and you'll see some kind of rejections of some sort, or even clean rejections. I mean, you can see this, look at this, rejection, very, very clean. Now that was of a bearish trend, so what I'll do is let's delete that just so you understand better. Now let's go to a bullish one, right? So again, super simple, right? So what we're doing, remember, marking up the zones here. Well, in this case, obviously you can see it plays out here nicely. If I mark out this one as well, it's no brainer. Again, if I just drag it to the past, look at this, just going off a little bit back. I mean, he is super clean, right? Rejection, price is hovering around here, but look at this, rejection. Now it doesn't have to be the 1 hour time frame, it could be the 4 hours. The pretty much works on any time frame, right? The bigger the time frame, the better. I mean, this is super clean. Look at this, bounce, breaks through, retest, plummets, right? Let me see if I just want to mark one more, so you can even mark this one over here. Now this is not how I personally mark my zones. I just want to make that very clear as well, right, in case there's any confusion. This is not how I mark my zones, but as you can see, it's very, very simple, right? By the way, if you are looking for one-to-one mentorship, link will be in the video description. You can message me one-to-one. This is obviously the we're about 1400 plus members, and this is just obviously posted in the fund certificate section. This was basically a 60k account, passed phase 1 in about 2 days. One of my trades got turned down. It was about a 3.5% trade. I was risking 0.5% per trade, and simply because I didn't realize I entered within the news time period. They turned the new this trade down. I just made a 3.5% again, literally within a few hours after that trade being. Nothing against the prop firm. The prop firm was 5%ers, absolutely fantastic prop firm. Nothing against them. It was my own mistake. But you can, you can check it all out. And if you are looking from, you've been trading for years, few years, just message me one-to-one, and I'll just get back to you. And if you don't, this price will be changing. It gets updated every few days. Webinars, chart breakdowns, everything, refined strategy versions, everything will be in there. So let's go back to the video. Now, once you've marked out the zones, right? Now this is where people, I believe, go wrong. They see they always believe there's, what I'll do is, let me just bring myself, right? I'll just bring myself into this. Now this is what I believe where people go wrong, and they go wrong a lot. They believe once they marked out the zones, well, first of all, there's quite a lot of people that have problem with the zones, right? But once they've marked out the zones, what I believe is where they go wrong is the patience side, right? Remember, patience is also a part of your trading, right? If you're waiting, doing nothing, see, you think you're doing nothing, right? Or I'm not productive. I'm not doing. If I'm just sat on my hands, I'm just useless. I ain't doing anything trading related. Wrong. Patience is also a part of trading, right? Whether you admit it or not, it doesn't matter. That is the truth. If you have to be like a tiger, right, hiding in the grass. When a predator sees, if any of you guys have seen the Predator movies as well, even, right? The predator just hides in the trees, fully camouflaged. He doesn't just come in out of the blue and says, aha, I'm gonna kill you now, right? No, it doesn't work like that. You gotta stalk your prey. In this case, price is your prey, right? The charts. If I see, look at this. Let's just say price is, obviously we just got this breakout here, right? Price is hovering up here. Does that mean I'm going to take my trade, instantly, sooner they get the breakout? No. Sooner you get the breakout, let price come down, and then, let it give me some kind, you want to see some kind of a rejection. Now, there's different kinds of rejections. I just want to go into a little deep into this, just one moment. Suppose we got price, we do have price breaking through the zone here. Price comes down, right? Now this is an extra key tip. If price bounces, right, then it comes a little bit lower, bounces again, a little bit lower, bounces again. Now look at this. What do you see within this, right? Let me just mark out this. This low over here, right, does not break this low, higher low, right? So this is a good sign. Not only that, but look, okay, we got this new high here. That's another good sign. This high, right, is broken by this high. Does that make sense? So even in our retests, we are creating new highs. In our rejections, we were looking at, higher lows, higher highs, new high, not just the trend itself, but the rejection itself. You can also focus on that as well. Excuse me. So trust me, that will change your game completely. You can backtest this as well. This was obviously NFP. Price breaks through here. This was on the Friday. Now this is on the Monday. So obviously, and even in Asian session, price did played out nicely. Look at this. Watch this. Price comes down. Look at this. This low over here. Let me just delete this so there's no confusion. This low over here is not just respected, but look at this. There's a new higher low, right? There's a new higher low. Now someone might say, well, this one doesn't really create, it's not broken the high of this. Yeah, we're not looking for that. You're not looking for that. You're looking, let's break this down. Even again, look at the head and shoulder pattern here. It's a bearish signal, but we don't care about that. Why? It's happening above support. If it's happening below resistance, even better, right? Now someone else, because obviously the patterns are the way you look at them, right? Someone might look at this and be like, well, this is like an inverted head and shoulder pattern. not the best looking, or well, a double bottom even, right? However you look at it, now that's a bullish signal, right? Or a double bottom here, again, another bullish signal. So, but I mean, I look at it as, look at this, higher low, obviously we marked out this one. Look at this high over here gets broken by this high. Let's mark it out here. Now, check this out. This high over here, so this obviously we're waiting for this one to break this one. This one doesn't, right? This high does not break this one. This low does not break the previous low. So what do you do? Right? I'm just giving you another way of taking entries, right? This is not how I take my entries. Obviously, anyone watching in the mentorship, from the mentorship, they'll know. So what do? You wait. You sit on your hands. How do you do that? Well, it's not literally sit on your hands. You just move, just observe the charts. You can set your trading view alerts. You can, if a price breaks this area or this zone here or this zone, what you can do is, obviously, in this case, what happens, price breaks through this zone, right? Quite comfortably, breaks through this zone, price comes back, you can pretty much take your entry from that if you wanted to, right? Not only that, don't forget, there's another high over here. So even if you mark this as a zone as well, let me just clean this up a little. Look at this. Price breaks through, comes down. You can set your trade. Even if it was up to here, right? You got still enough breathing, put your stops below the zone over here. And you can just take a nice comfortable trade. So it'll be a nice 1 to 6. Super simple. It's just a different way of showing how you can take entries, how you can mark up your zones, whatever helps you, Should we do one more for the zones? Let's go a bit. Okay. Now, normally moves like these, again, if any students is watching this from the course or the mentorship and all that, they know, I take full advantage of this. These are kind of moves that I absolutely love. Momentum, volume, based, and yeah, trend based, whatever you want to call it. You can take full advantage of these. Look at this. If you have a move like this, now you tell me, guys, is this something you want to trade, or is this something you want? Oh, just one moment. Or is this something you want to trade? I'll take this any day. This, normally, if price is moving sideways like this, a lot of choppiness, no hardly any movements, you're not going to get anything from that. Nothing to gain from that, right? So, I mean, even if I was to draw the zones of this, where would you even start? Because look at this. Even if I marked off this one here, look at this. There's nothing, right? There's nothing to work from. Well, this one does, this one pretty much, this one here respects this one. But again, though, the only good sign that you probably could get is prices, or well, what we can see, the good signal of so far, hint or confidence, whatever you want to say. Again, price is making new highs. Price is not really breaking its lows over here. The early sign that price is going to start going bullish. We need fuel. We need fuel in the car. It doesn't matter if you have a Ferrari or Lamborghini, whatever you want to call it, or any car. It could be any car. It's useless, right? Without fuel. Here, this is even if you got a car, probably bicycle is more effective, right? Here we put fuel. We get our fuel. We've identified our volume, our fuel. You take advantage of it from there, and then the price just shoots all the way up. And even if you're losing the position like that, it's part of the game. It's part of the game, no problem. That's where your risk management, your risk reward comes in, and will set you apart. Yeah, I hope you found value from this. Link will be in the video description. Take care, and I'm out.